Hello and welcome to Newsroom series. Today, I'm Olumide Mukoli. We're going to be looking at the north central region of the country throughout today's edition. But first, we begin where it's reported that the long arm of the law has caught up with one of the commanders, that is, of the Ansaru terrorist group, Mahmoud Usman, today, as the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja sentenced him to 15 years in prison. The convict, who was arraigned by the Department of State Services, pleaded guilty to the charge of illegal mining activities, which enabled him acquire arms for terrorism and kidnapping purposes. The trial judge, Justice Mekelwite, however, ordered the defendant to be remanded in custody of the DSS pending his trial for 31 other charges preferred against him by the service. In a 32-count charge filed before the Federal High Court in Abuja, the suspect, Mahmoud Usman and Abubakar Abba, are alleged to have committed acts of terrorism sometime in 2022 by attacking Wawa cantonment of the Nigeria Army in Kenji, New Busa, Borogu local government area of Niger State, which resulted in mass casualties. They are also alleged to have received training in weapons handling and fabrication of improvised explosive devices, IEDs, from various terrorist camps. The suspects are also accused of receiving training in war tactics from a terrorist organization in Mali. Following the sentencing, the judge fixed October the 21st for trial. Now, here's some cheery news, not just for residents of Kaduna State, but Nigerians around the country. The United Kingdom is revising its travel advisory for Kaduna, moving the state from red to amber category, a change that now permits British citizens and their partners to travel freely and make investment in Kaduna State. The announcement was made by the Development Director of the UK Foreign Commonwealth Development Office, Cynthia Rowe, during the signing of a new mutual accountability framework with the Kaduna State Government at Sir Kashim Ibrahim Government House. She explained that Kaduna had been classified as a no-travel state in the UK on the UK travel advisory list since 2022 due to heightened insecurity, stating that the removal of the state from red to amber is in recognition of the improved security situation in the state. According to Governor Obasani of Kaduna, the partnership has already contributed to reducing maternal and child mortality, improving healthcare access, upgrading school infrastructure, and strengthening teacher training.
We know that security is a key constraint, and it's also a key enabler of growth and of development. And Kaduna has weathered a period of heightened security challenges. One of the things that I'm really here to recognise today is the achievement, the great achievement of the security situation in Kaduna. And for the UK, Kaduna has been moved from the UK travel advice that we give out from red, which was our sort of high alert status, to amber. And we recognise that this is thanks to the steadfast efforts of the Governor Ubasani and of your team around you in terms of making the state safer for people. So congratulations on that. It's very well done.
The KMAP serves as a tool for accountability, ensuring transparency and alignment with the aspirations of the present administration. The key achievements of the Kaduna State Mutual Accountability Frameworks include health sector improvements with expanded access to quality care, reduce maternal and child mortality rates, and enhance responses to public health emergencies. In education, increase enrollment, improve school infrastructure, better teacher training, and improve learning outcomes, including opportunity for entrepreneurial skills. Agriculture has experienced significant growth, receiving over 10% of the total budget of 2025, the highest allocation in recent years. This funding aims to align with FCDO and other partners' interventions to enhance productivity in crops and livestock.
Now to the judiciary, and a retired Honorable Justice of the Court of Appeal, Oladotun Adefope Okoje, says the judiciary needs to do better as the justice system of the country is comatose, in her view, which is why Nigeria is losing foreign direct investment, as investors won't come to a country where litigation goes on forever and sometimes justice is even aborted, with many believing they will never get justice. Giving remarks at her book launch titled Civil Litigation in Abuja, Justice Adefope Okoje also carpets the political class as in her years of experience, she's witnessed total disregard for internal democracy and the political class, hounding judges for all kinds of careless judgments and trying to induce them to do so. She calls on the NJC to uphold the tenets of professionalism and anti-corruption, as if the judiciary collapses, the country will collapse, because the judiciary is the soul of democracy, where a judge can determine who will be governor or president. She also says it's shameful that judges will write in longhand and technology has not been introduced, as this is responsible primarily for a backlog of cases. She urges judges to take judgments on their merit and stop or drastically reduce the issue of technicality, as this has led to many people seeking justice having their hopes dashed. She implored judges to fearlessly uphold justice, just like in the days of military rule. She says the country is not moving as the political class has plunged the nation into a theater of religious and tribal leanings, which has further divided the country. As we look at the North Central region, the Benue state government begins the construction of its first eco-friendly smart housing estate in Makurdi, the state capital. At the groundbreaking ceremony, the Deputy Governor Sam Ode explained that the new smart estate will form part of the state's urban renewal project.
This is the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of Benue State's first eco-friendly estate in Makurdi, the state capital. Deputy Governor Mr. Sam Ode represents Governor Hyacinth Alia at the event.
In the name of the Son and in the name of the Holy Spirit.
The estate is sited on a 5,000-hectare land around BBL quarters in Makurdi, and the project is being executed by the Benue Investment and Property Company.
Recently, some people wrote that the housing is very expensive, so we want to crash everything down to affordable. Aside this, we already have another 30 hectares on Boko Road because we want to reduce the high cost of living, high cost of renting in Benue State, and that's why we are driving this revolution as of today. This is the first phase. The second phase is the next street, and the third phase is the one on the Boko Road.
The Deputy Governor performs the groundbreaking to officially flag off the project. The estate is designed to link with other infrastructure that attracts investors and diaspora interests.
We are going to, as a government, conscious of the fact that we are putting this huge investment here, connect the dualization that is ongoing between Wurukum all the way to Mu, together with this, so that there will be access into this and the other wing of this estate that we are putting up. It will be 10 minutes from here to the airport that can take you out of this place and into any part of the world. And so for some people who are living even in the diaspora, they can fly into Abuja, fly into Makurdi from the airport to this place is 10 minutes.
General Manager of the company's real estate department explains details of the project, highlighting its smart design, security features, and solar power system.
This design here is designed as a smart system. And why do we call it a smart system? Because it has a voice-sensitive control. We have 24 power supply here. Solar, that's a solar system. It's going to be powered by solar system. We're talking about a home where an estate where we have power 24 hours. So on this land we're standing here today, we're going to have duplexes here as the homes for the estate, not like bungalows that were done in the past. That also makes it unique, and it's going to facelift the state, facelift this area.
Yeah.
The first phase includes 32 duplexes on a 2-hectare site, while the second phase adds 48 units on a 3-hectare land next to the estate.
The Kwara state government is partnering with the United Nations Office on Drug Control, UNODC, to train principals and teachers in selected schools to fight drug abuse amongst primary and secondary school students in the state. Speaking at the stakeholder engagement on the UNODC Unplugged Teachers Training, as it's called, Kwara State Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak says the workshop was to elicit maximum support from teachers at all levels across the state, particularly at the grassroots level, to fight the menace of drug addiction.
A 2018 report by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime shows that about 15% of Nigerians between the ages of 15 and 64 use illegal drugs. In north-central Nigeria, 14 million people are addicted, with Kwara State recording the highest prevalence at 13%, most of them young people.
And these are the prohibited.
This growing concern is why the Kwara State government is partnering with organizations to train primary and secondary school teachers on how to educate their students and reduce drug use.
This gathering is a testament to our collective resolve to tackle one of the most pressing challenges of our time, drug abuse and its devastating impact on our young people and communities. Under this administration, Kwara State has made remarkable strides in the prevention and control of drug abuse. Some notable efforts include the introduction of drug testing for teachers and prospective public servants, a bold step to ensure that those entrusted with shaping the future of our children are themselves above reproach.
At a technical session of the Unplugged Teachers Training, UNODC representative and trainer Maria Ilubri explains that 30 teachers have been selected for the first phase.
Because the brains of young people do not develop fully until they are in their mid-20s, the introduction of substances is going to affect them. Substance use affects the developing brain, in a very terrible way. It affects the prefrontal cortex, this part of the brain, which is normally the last part to develop. And then apart from that, again, it's also important for us to be engaged in prevention so that even those who have already started using, we can have interventions for them.
The Kwara State Governor's Special Advisor and Councillor, Sadu Salau, praises the stakeholders for their efforts towards achieving a drug-free society.
This is one particular engagement that seeks to elicit maximum support of teachers at all levels across the state, particularly at the grassroots level, at primary and secondary level, because the menace of drug addiction and drug abuse is taking a very dangerous dimension at the primary school level, including the secondary school education. So that's why this is focusing on soliciting the maximum support and intervention of teachers to educate students on the dangers of drug addiction and drug abuse.
With Kwara State taking the lead in drug prevention through education, stakeholders believe this initiative will not only curb abuse among young people, but also build a healthier, more productive generation. For many, the message is simple. Tackling drug abuse starts in the classroom, and with teachers equipped as change agents, the fight for a drug-free society has just gained new strength.
9 persons have been arrested by the Nasarawa State Police Command for allegedly possessing firearms and for impersonating personnel of the Nigerian Army. They were arrested at different locations across the state. State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Shatima Mohammed, disclosed this during a briefing on the achievements of the command in Lafia, the state capital. He added that 38 firearms and 4,264 live ammunition were recovered during various operations.
On 7th of September 2025 at about 18:30 hours, based on credible intelligence that suspected gun runners alleged to be from Benue State were sighted in a forest bordering Kadarko Kiana local government area, offloading arms and ammunition for onward distribution to their criminal partners. The Commissioner of Police, CP Shetima Joe Mohammed, personally led the team of operatives to the location. This success is a clear demonstration of the command's renewed commitment to ensuring the safety and security of all residents across the state.
Coming up, the 20th Northern Zonal Accountants Conference of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria in Niger State. When we come back, please stay with us. Welcome back. The Plateau State government says it's made major progress in the fight against malaria, especially among children under the age of 5. At a stakeholder meeting in Jos, the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Nicholas Bamlong, notes that malaria prevalence has reduced from 21% in the past years to about 15% in the latest review. He explained that the reduction is the result of consistent intervention and partnerships that focus on protecting vulnerable groups, including women and children. He also stressed that the government is determined to push malaria cases even lower through community-led effort and sustained awareness.
This program actually started some years back, and over the last 2-3 years, there has been a lot of improvement in terms of the statistics coming for the reduction of malaria cases in Plateau State. It started at the time that it was around 21%, but currently the last review that was done, which is about 2 years or thereabout now, it's dropped to about 18%. And the current review, which has not yet been made public, the indication is that it's at about 15%. So you could see that there is a gradual reduction in the incidence of malaria, particularly in the age group that we are targeting, 3 months to 59 months of age in the state. So to us, this is significant. And so if we consistently keep to what we are already doing, we believe that in the near future, we should be recording less than 10% malaria cases per year in Plateau State.
Our target is to reach over 963,000 children across the 17 local government, and our aim is to make sure that we reach that target or even surpass it. And in doing that, we've recruited over 12,000 personnel that are on our payroll, and over 7,000 community drug distributors that move from house to house to administer this medication to our people. And we recruited over 1,000 town criers. It then means we have town announcers, like at least 3 per ward in each of the 17 local government, because we have 225 wards, and we have over 1,000 community leaders, so we have at least 3 community leaders working in every ward, to be able to talk to our people in the community to avail their children and to also accept the medication when the community drug distributors start entering house to house to administer the medication to our children. So by the time we keep pushing at that level, we will be able to achieve that decade or even surpass it at the end of the cycle 5, which will be the last round of this year's seasonal malaria chemo prevention.
Also in Plateau State, Governor Caleb Mutfwang has commissioned the newly built JMDB market in Bukuru, Jos South local government area. The project marks a major step in his administration's effort to strengthen economic growth and create opportunities for residents. He pledges more support for women and youth, stressing that economic empowerment remains a top priority for his government.
You may be seated, please.
It's a colorful event attended by government officials, stakeholders, and members of the Traders Union. to officially open the new JMDB market in Bukuru. The project, which started in July 2024, is part of the governor's Greater Jos Master Plan, designed to provide modern, safe and functional marketplaces.
Let me say again that one of the things that motivated us into this project is to reduce the suffering that our women go through. And let me use this occasion to salute our mothers on the Plateau. This market is not just a trading hub. It is a lifeline designed to restore dignity and stability to our traders, many of whom have been displaced and forced to wander from place to place in search of spaces to do business.
Speaking at the commissioning, the General Manager of the Jos Metropolitan Development Board, Hart Bankat, and Chairman of Jos South Local Government revealed the importance of the infrastructure and the impact on the business of residents.
This facility is designed to meet the needs of traders and shoppers alike. The JMDB Market project commenced on the 15th of July 2024, and by the grace of God, we have successfully completed it today, and it's ready for use. The market includes 164 shops, 16 warehouses, 133 small lock-up shops, 15 small shops. We also have 116 stalls and open spaces for hawkers capable of taking not less than 2,000 traders. While provision has also been made for a bus and motor park right behind this venue.
We are looking at a market that is not just going to serve just South alone, but also serve a better part of neighboring local governments like Barking Ladi and even just North that are very close to us here.
The market women thanked the governor for keeping his promise, but appeal for more support.
We have space. By God's grace, if the market opens, we'll be able to sell. If the governor will assist, let them send everyone inside. Even the hawkers, they should find a place for them so that we'll be able to stay, all of us, and do our business.
Governor Mutfwang also announced plans to rebuild other major markets, including Kogi, Maraban, Jamar, and the Jos main market, as part of his wider goal to reposition Plateau State as a commercial hub.
The Niger State Governor, Umaru Bago, is urging Nigerians to embrace accountability, transparency, and good governance as key pillars for building national development. The governor made the call at the opening of the 20th Northern Zonal Accountants Conference of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, taking place in Minna.
Governor Umaru Bago calls himself a chartered politician as he lays the foundation for the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, Training Center in Minna, Niger State. The governor says both public and private institutions must embrace accountability and transparency if Nigeria truly wants to grow.
This institute is going to provide for even younger people who cannot afford to go to universities, who have accounting skills, to learn accountancy from the scratch, and thereafter they can develop to become professionals. It's going to attract a lot of accountants globally to Niger State. It's going to make us the most accountable state in Nigeria, because this partnership will provide that ICANN, which I have just said now, has been given a contract to audit Niger State government, so that our books can be published by ICANN to see exactly where we are doing well and where we need to do better.
Representing the Minister of Information and National Orientation, the Director General of the Voice of Nigeria, Jibrin Ndache, commends Governor Bago's leadership and praises ICANN for sustaining a platform that drives professional excellence.
Rebranding Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Issues of good governance, issues of accountability, it's not just about those in government, it's also about our collective responsibility as citizens, and therefore we urge all to support ICANN with what they are doing, but also urge members of ICANN to also understand they have a responsibility to ensure that they key into the renewable agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
ICANN President Haruna Yahaya describes the foundation laying of the training center as a historic milestone for the North Central region.
This is going to be a very good initiative that the government is supporting us, and we promise that we will do the best we could to make the institute and the training center a global institute that will serve the whole of the Nigerian states and outside.
The 20th ICANN Northern Zonal Conference in Mina continues with sessions on fiscal discipline, transparency, and strategies to unlock Nigeria's socio-economic potential.
And in politics, the African Democratic Congress, ADC, in Kogi State is warning against what it describes as a plot by a few individuals to hijack the party's leadership in the state. Spokesman of the concerned members, Mr. Usman Lukman, raised the alarm during a press conference in Bunu local government area, urging party stakeholders to resist any attempt to undermine the structure of the ADC.
The ADC in Kogi State was built basically from the grassroots and nurtured with sacrifice, loyalty, discipline. Any attempt to hijack it through unconstitutional means will be firmly resisted, using every legal and constitutional instrument available. Unavailable that thousands of our members across the state are already agitated and charged by the disturbing development with total determination to stop any attempt by fraudulent political wanderers to destabilize our dear party, ADC. We hereby strongly advise all the security agencies in Kogi State not to honor, recognize, or provide security coverage for any meeting, gathering, or activities in the name of ADC that does not emanate from the leader of our party, Right Honorable Leke Abejide, or the constitutional recognized state chairman of ADC.
And that's it on Newsroom series today. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide McCall.